Hey guys, welcome back to John McSwain Pagosa Springs. Today I'm doing an update to a video I did a few years ago, which was a drive through town. So we're going to do the same thing today. We're going to start on the west side of town on Highway 160, drive all the way through. I'm going to narrate it as we go along because some things have changed. A lot have stayed the same, but some have changed. If you are planning a trip here or you're thinking about moving here, I'd love to talk with you. Give me a shout, shoot me a text, either way. Without me getting too long-winded, let's go check it out. All right, let's get into it. When I filmed this same drive 2 years ago, I was amazed to see how that video connected with so many people. And then reading through the comments, I've really enjoyed being able to see Pagosa through your memories and experiences. So if you got one you want to share, please do. I'll read every single one of them. Now, when I went back and rewatched it, even though I've done this drive more times than I can recall, it is interesting to see how it's changed since October of 23. Some changes feel subtle, and some you couldn't miss even if you tried. Also, I was able to get some footage that I think will give you a better picture of what it's really like here in Pagosa, and I'll add that at the end of the video, and that will be of Lewis Street, Hot Springs Boulevard, and some drone shots to give you that bird's eye view of downtown with all the construction, Uptown, and then the rodeo and fairgrounds. So right here, we're kind of at the edge of Uptown, which has a lot of dining and shopping, and I'll point that out as we go. To the left, you're going to see the green roof. That's Terry's Ace and Hardware, but they don't just have hardware. There's clothing, sporting goods, and furniture. But before that, it used to be our bowling alley. Just past that, you'll find the Dollar General. On the right-hand side is a propane service provider and a affordable storage. And if you need a storage unit, I personally recommend them. On the left-hand side is West End Lodge. And then we have the Tennyson Event Center, which is temporarily closed. Following that is Boss Hog's Saloon and Restaurant. Then we have where the Two Chicks and a Hippie used to be, right there on the left, is now Fair Society Pastries and Cafe, a secondhand store, and Gustoso's Italian food. And on the right is our local hospital, Pagosa Medical Center, in case you need it, but y'all stay safe out there on the slopes. As we cross over North Pagosa, on the left is our main Uptown Shopping, where you can find Santee's Taco Shop, Rosie's Pizzeria, Resport, Chowdown Pet Supplies, a Verizon store, Papa Murphy's Pizza, the new location for Two Chicks and a Hippie, which was previously Lone Spur Cafe, a UPS store, our City Market grocery store, Ramon's Mexican restaurant. We do have a new place here since the last video, and that's Pagosa Peak Restaurant, Uncle's Bar and Social Club, Higher Grounds Coffee, McDonald's, and right there on the left is a local favorite. It's Colorado Roadhouse Restaurant. That was a lot. Feel like I should have gone to auctioneer school. Up here on the left, that red building used to be a hotel, and now it's the Pagosa Springs Apartments. And then the building coming up has one of my favorite restaurants in it, and it's Thai Pagosa. And then for a good breakfast and lunch is Cafe Colorado. Now this light coming up, the street here is called Pinion Causeway. If you're coming to town and you're going to stay at the Club Wyndham Resorts here in Pagosa Springs, that building there that has the green roof is where you would check in. The neighboring building is Pagosa Lodge, and inside there you'll find Wilderness Journeys and Pagosa Rafting Outfitters, Pagosa Dog Sled Adventures, Rocky Mountain Balloon Adventures as well. And if you look across the street, the white two-story buildings, those are Workforce Affordable Housing Apartments, and I do believe they're close to being finished. On the left, you will have a great view of Pinion Lake with Pagosa Peak in the background, and just past that is our 27-hole golf course. And as I mentioned before, golfing at this altitude will make you feel like a champ, like you want to enter a long drive contest. It may not be straight, but it's going to take off either way. And on the right there is good old Walmart, just in case you need one when you're in town. And the building straight ahead is our local charter school. Now real quick, if you're thinking about moving to Pagosa or just have questions about what life is really like here, please go check out my new series on my YouTube channel titled Talking Pagosa. It's solely based on viewers' comments and questions. It's a conversation, and I think you'll enjoy it. Now the building there on the right, that is a tire shop. If you continue on down, that'll take you towards Walmart. And then there's some shopping back here, ski rental. There's Los Dos Charros, which is a pretty good Mexican food restaurant, and Centerpoint Church as well. And within Centerpoint Church, there is a youth group. It's called Open Circle, and I believe that several churches come together and kind of make a community youth group. So maybe something to look into if you have teenagers. Now the building you see on the right here that's being constructed, I've been told that it's a dental office. I haven't confirmed that, but that's the word on the street. Now as we continue on, at the top of this hill is Piedra Road, also known as County Road 600. If you go left, that will take you all the way up to Williams Lake, Piedra Trailhead, Piedra Falls, the ice caves. And if you go to the right, you'll find the Sheriff's Office, a Wells Fargo Bank, County Clerk and Jail, and Pagosa Bible Church. So just past the gas station, you're going to find Sonic, and then there's going to be Ponderosa Lumber, which also has hardware. And then as we pass Carpet One, behind that there, off to the side, is Pagosa Springs Center for the Arts. If you want to catch a theater show and a live performance, it's a great place to go. Here coming up, we have City Hall Cafe and Grill. Just past that is the Made in Colorado shop, where you can get souvenirs and things like that. And then here we have the Break Room Brewing Company, kind of a casual place, got some pool tables. And then an oil change place and an auto parts store. Now, one thing that has changed since the last video, the green building there, that was a beer and wine garden. Now it's a nursery and garden center. Now, I know I mentioned this in the last video, but it still stands true. This is one of my favorite views of the San Juan Mountains, or just about anywhere in Pagosa. When you're driving down Putt Hill, and this is what you get to see, it's just, it really is a blessing to live here. Now, as we make this turn or curve, on the left-hand side is Base Camp Pagosa RV Park. So if you want to stay in an RV park that is in town and close to everything, that's a great option. I know I mentioned it in the last video, and I think it's worth revisiting that. If you're on vacation and you're driving through here, especially with those out-of-state plates, please slow down. Be mindful of the speed limit. The last thing you want to do is ruin a vacation by getting a speeding ticket. Now, as we round this next corner, if you look on the left, you'll see like these purple looking tentacles. It's October, so it's Halloween decor, but that's Momentum Fitness. So if you're wanting to stay in the gym while you're here, there's an option for you right there. And then on the left is Motel Soco. It has a restaurant inside. Still has a venue, so yep, still a whole vibe. Now, when I mentioned earlier in the video that there's some big changes that you can't help but notice, one of those is the road construction that you're about to see coming up, and I'm going to get into that more as I do the drone footage. Now, on the right is the elementary school, and just a little bit further down is the library, and that too is going through an entire renovation, so it's under construction. On the left, last time I made a video, I was telling you the best burger in town was the Sage. Well, the Sage isn't there anymore. That little restaurant there on the left-hand side is called Patria, and it's breakfast and brunch and lunch. Not too bad. My wife and I have been there several times. Now you can see there's some parking while we're under construction with the road, and there's the library that I was mentioning earlier. Now on the right is another grocery option. It's Natural Grocers. And I feel like with the road project here, this is kind of where you start feeling the pinch. Now up here on the right, last time was Boulder Coffee. It has since changed. It's now Bruin. It is a drive-through only, but it's a pretty good coffee shop. Next we have the Trading Post, pawn shop and store. And then we have the Rainbow Gifts, which has been there forever. Now we're heading into the historic downtown. On the left is a barbershop, great guy. There's Subway, and then since the last video, we now have a sculpture garden, and that's right there on the left, and that's Lewis Street. I'll take you down that after we finish the drive. And then to the right is the Hot Springs Spa and Resort. And since the last video, they've done an entire new addition. And since this video is all about updates and changes, since the last video, Jim Smith has retired and I no longer work in this building, but I'm still here if you want to talk, and I would be more than happy to take care of your real estate needs. There's also tequilas there, and the businesses here are still open through the construction phase. Sage, which I had mentioned earlier, best burger in Archuleta County, they're going to be moving right over here in the downtown strip. And to the right is the San Juan River. There's the Overlook, and the theater here, Liberty Theater, has gone under a complete renovation. It's super nice on the inside. There's the Rose, great place for breakfast, and Goodman's, which is still one of my favorite stores in the entire town. To the right is the park, and then there's a little field, and to the left is the junior high. Now on this next stretch of road, some things have changed and some are still the same. Riff Raff has gone down to one location, and the one up here is now Black Bart's Brunch. The Humane Society's thrift shop is still here on the right. In the Victorian building on the left is where you can find PJ's Fine Bamboo Rods, great fly rods, and a great guy. Vormy has moved over to a location by the Hot Springs, so it's no longer down here. And the Pagosa Baking Company is still going strong, and there's Meltdown on Main right there, so if you're looking for gourmet grilled cheese, there's your spot. And on the right there is Hidden Tracks. It's a speakeasy that's kind of fashioned around music, vinyl records. On the left is Alley House Grill. It's one of our fine dining establishments. And then you have Mountain Pizza here on the right, and there's an escape room. And on the left is a newish kind of restaurant. It's called the Cork and Board. It's kind of a wine room. Back there was the old Vormy location. And then you have Let It Fly. And then one of the staples here is Kip's Grill. If you're in the mood for some good lunch, that's not too bad. And then right there is the Lift House, which is a great coffee shop. Makes one of the best London lavender fogs I've ever had. We're crossing over the river. And then on the left is the old Malt Shop, and you'll see the kind of construction and the outside cooler, and that's because of the flood that we just had. And then coming down is the farmer's market on the right, and then on the left is one of my favorite stores in town, Ski and Bow Rack. Great place to go for just about anything to do outside. Right there is the Riff Raff on the river. And then there's Meander, which is a farm-to-table restaurant, really good. And then there's the Junction on the right. That's been here forever, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. So now that we've done the drive, let's get to the bonus footage. All right, let's check out the downtown road project from the drone to see what's going on. This is a side-by-side comparison from midsummer to late October. If you want me to cover more about this road project, just let me know in the comments. I can go into it a little bit more in my new series, Talking Pagosa Springs with John McSwain, where I take your comments and questions and talk through what people really want to know about this town. And the last angle is from Highway 160 and Lewis Street, headed west up Putt Hill, just for reference. Now we're uptown. Hopefully this angle gives you a nice feel for this part of town. Here's where we have a lot of the shopping, restaurants, the hospital, and several of the neighborhoods are all up here. And if you'd like to see any of those communities up close, I've got several of those tours on my channel if you'd like to check those out, including Pagosa Lakes, which is in the background of what you're seeing right now. Just a quick reminder, if you have a question or an experience you'd like to share about Pagosa, please leave it in the comments. I love seeing the different ways people connect with this town. And if you're thinking about moving here, about making Pagosa your home, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can give me a shout, shoot me a text. I'm always happy to help. All right, we're back in downtown and we're on Hot Springs Boulevard, and on the left is Town Hall, followed by the Pagosa Springs Community Center, and that also houses the Veteran Service Office and the Pagosa Springs Senior Center. And on the right, that hillside that you see, that is Reservoir Hill, and it has an 18-hole disc golf course, hiking and biking trail, and it hosts several events every year, including the annual Bluegrass Festival. And those little red roofed houses you see coming up on the right, that's Casa at Two Doves. The plan there includes 14 total casitas, a barn, and the old church, which will be used as a wedding and event center. Next is the post office, and on the left is the Springs Resort and Spa, and that's where you're going to find the Mother Spring, which is the world's deepest geothermal hot springs. And then the resort just went through a large expansion, and you're going to find more rooms, more suites, along with the spa and several wellness amenities. It's one of the town's most popular attractions. And then next on the right is the Healing Waters Resort and Spa. And then on the other side is the Pagosa Springs Area Visitor Center. Has a ton of information if you're looking for things to do while you're out here. And then the bridge that's straight ahead, that crosses over the San Juan River and dead ends into Highway 160. And here we are on Lewis Street. This is where you're going to find the Tennyson Sculpture Park and Gardens, and it's a great spot that comes alive in the summer with live music, food trucks, and you can stroll along and check out the outdoor sculptures. You'll also find PS Froyo, which plays a big supporting role in the Aspen House and Aspen Services, and that's a local nonprofit that provides safe, affordable housing and supportive services for adults with developmental disabilities here in Archuleta County. So if you're craving some frozen yogurt and you want to support a great cause, that's the place to go. There's also Two Old Crows Gallery, which is filled with artwork from several local and renowned artists. And then you'll also find the Colorado Title and Closing Services. And if you're looking to buy a home in Pagosa, that's where you're likely going to go for closing. And right here is the 4th Street, which will reopen once the Highway 160 road project is finished. Also on Lewis Street, you're going to find the a couple of churches, the food pantry, and a thrift store. And right here is the middle school, and this is where you would park and drop off the kiddos and pick them up from school. And this is also where the buses will do the same. It's a much safer option than dropping them off on Highway 160. Now we're over at the Archuleta County Fair and Rodeo grounds, and when I filmed this, the county fair was going on, so you're going to be able to see some of the 4-H kids showing off their animals and a bit of the county fair activities going on here at the grounds. And this is also where you'll find livestock shows and the Red Rider Rodeo, which is a huge event during the 4th of July week, along with a bunch of other rodeo and events during the summer. And it's a big part of the town's ranching roots and local traditions. Alright, this is the part I've been wanting to share for a long time. Ever since I did that first drive-through video, I've wanted to put together a little collection of the views that show what Pagosa means to me personally. These next few minutes are some of those moments that remind me why I love this place so much, and I'll just let the video speak for itself. And I hope you enjoy this as much as I do, and I hope it gives you just a small glimpse of why this place feels like home to me. All right, y'all, that wraps up the 2026 update. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me. I really do appreciate it. As always, may you have the best day, may you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.